Back, sorry. Oh, wait. We are back with Shane McGuigan, Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor, Barry McGuigan, the manager, and Camosa's Chief Boxing Officer, Kalle Sauerland. I would like to start with giving you the word, Kalle, on your words on Josh Taylor's performance tonight.
I said before it was a great event. It's still going on out there. It's the first time I've seen Josh Taylor live. The Tartan Tornado. Tornado, I think, is the operative word. Just didn't let him throw a punch. He smothered him with shots from every angle. Slick in and out, head movement, speed, power, shot variety. When he took a punch, I don't think he took many, but if he breezed it off like it was nothing. It was mind blowing, sensational. For me, the best performance alongside Anui so far that we've seen this season. In a very different way, but he certainly sent a strong message out to across the pond. That's for sure. I'm sure there'll be a few trainers and a few boxers across the water looking at that performance and thinking, how do we handle that? And I think Baranchik's very strong in a different way. Sets up a great fight. Absolutely cracking fight. What more do you want me to say? I would just say, I was a little bit shocked still. I mean, I knew you were good, but you were damn good. I mean, credit for Ryan Martin. I can't say too much because I think I think he turned up. I think it was all got to him a bit. I think, but it got to him because Taylor put it on him. And he put it on him from the weigh-in yesterday. Could feel it, the energy coming off him, and it was, he was up texting last night. He wanted to change his walkout song. You just tell he was up for a fight. He was like letting him out the stalls. So pleasure to work with the whole team, and it's super. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Kalle. Josh, how are you feeling right now?
I'm happy, very happy with the way that performance went, and thanks for the nice words, Kalle. I'm glad you're happy with the performance. I knew I was going to win the fight. I was expecting a hard 12 rounds because credit to Ryan Martin, he's a very good fighter, he's very strong, he can punch quite hard and he's strong in his defence as well, so credit to him, and also thanks for coming over and putting up a good fight. But I was just, in all honesty, I never got out of second gear there. It was, I was relaxed, I was flowing, and the fight was easy for me. The distance control, my variation of punches was, it was easy. I never got out of second gear.
Are you surprised by yourself?
No, it was going to be a little bit tougher. But again, I said I know the build up to this fight that I've been performing the best I have been ever in camp and sparring the best, So I think it proved there in my performance, and I'm ready for this next fight against Baranchik, and I'll do the same again.
Yeah, your next fight, it's for the final. It's for the IBF World Championship. It's a big fight. It's the Tornado against the Beast. What can the world expect from that fight?
I think that's going to be an all-action fight. I saw snippets of the last fight. I've not saw his fight against Yigit in full, but I saw snippets and bits of odd rounds. He looked very strong, very explosive. But again, I'm not going to let him get close to me like that for him let off his big shots and let him use his strength like what I did tonight against Ryan Martin. He couldn't get a punch off against me. My timing, he just couldn't read me. My timing, my speed, my distance control, everything was just on song tonight. So if I perform like that tonight throughout this tournament, there's nobody in this division going to beat me.
Yeah, you've seen all the fighters perform now. Does this make you dream about the trophy?
Yeah, I'm 100% confident. This is me just getting started. I'm relaxed. I'm feeling really confident. I'm coming at my own. I'm coming at my prime now. So I'm I'm feeling on fire at the minute, and I really don't think there's anybody going to stop me, especially after that performance.
Thanks, Josh. And Shane, how happy are you right now?
Yeah, very happy. Obviously, it was a relatively easy fight for us as well. Something that, you know, it's a massive positive to us moving into the semi-final of this tournament, that we don't have too hard of a fight early on. You know, he was everything that he wasn't against Victor Postol there tonight. He was measured, he was disciplined. He learned so much from that fight against Postol that he took in, and he's got such a different approach to his training, his mindset. He knows you can't give away nothing at the world level. And listen, I just believe he's going to win the tournament, but also he's the best 140-pounder in the world by a long stretch. And this platform has given us the opportunity to go out there and prove it in such a short space of time, which is exactly what we've signed up for.
And how do you see the matchup against Baranchik?
Say again?
How do you see the matchup against Baranchik?
I can't hear nothing. It's a completely different fight than what we've had there tonight, but it's nothing that he hasn't seen. 175 amateur fights, you know, he's had 14 fights now as a professional, there's 12 stoppages. He's the full package, you know. Obviously the sparring will have to be different. Baranchik's a much shorter, stockier, sort of stronger fighter, but, you know, we'll have a game plan, and we'll make sure we go out there and execute it.
Thanks, Shane. And Barry, your words on Josh's performance
You know,
tonight.
you talk about fighters that have innate talent, and then he's the epitome of that. He just has something extra that you can't articulate, you can't talk about. He just has it. And when he's put in a situation like that, I think Shane hit the nail on the head. The Postol fight, he didn't have a great performance. His preparation wasn't ideal, but this was ideal. He's now got an apartment down in London. He's comfortable. He goes home when he wants to. Danielle comes down, or his mum and dad comes down and spend time with him. And you can see the difference because his training camp has been sensational. Honest to God, he's a terrific fighter. Just such a natural fighter that can respond to things and respond to situations where other fighters just can't do it, and it's almost unspeakable. And I don't want to exaggerate, but it's the truth. He's an exceptional talent.
Thanks, Barry. Let's open the floor.
Josh, do you think the way that the fight with Ryan Martin went this evening was like a lot easier than you expected? In terms of, you know, what you thought a fighter he would be, and then you turned around and he almost like didn't even throw for the first 3 rounds. Did it kind of throw you off in terms of, you know, what you expected in your game plan going in?
I was expecting a little bit of a tougher fight, yeah. But in preparations and watching him, I knew that I'd never fought anybody in my style or my way of fighting. I just knew I'd never boxed anybody like me, and every single one of his opponents just stood in front of him, and that's why he was letting his hands go. You had to be in front of him for him to let his hands go, and I was always moving, sticking and moving, and I was smothering him when I had to, and yeah, he couldn't get his punches off. That's why he couldn't throw. That's why he wasn't throwing, because he couldn't throw. He was trying to set himself up, and I just wasn't there to be hit. So yeah, it was easy.
It's a bit harder though, in terms of like the level step up going through this tournament. It's quite big. You know, like when you get on to your next fight against Baranchik. You know, it would have been a hard fight. You know, put anybody else in there, it would have been a hard fight. I just believe he had never seen anybody like my style before, and he came unstuck. Yeah, no, I don't wish it was a harder fight. No.
I was in New Orleans last week with a lot of the American media, and ESPN, for example, they're raving on about Ryan Martin. Undefeated, and he's featured on many HBO co-features and big fights. I think really he didn't let him throw a punch. You know, he took him on, and you saw also that when he started after the 4th round, when he fainted, he would literally just move something, and he would take 3 steps back. You could see the fear in his eyes. It was more a case of, I think, that you know, Josh put his stamp on the fight so early. He came out the block like Usain Bolt, you know. was spectacular. That second gear, me, I'd like to see fifth gear or sixth.
Shane, you've been through this tournament before. How important will that experience be when it comes to preparing Josh now?
Yeah, I mean it's a great platform to be a part of. A lot of fights in a short space of time. Favours a young, fresh guy that hasn't had many fights, and Josh is what we would call a gym rat. I can't get him out of the gym in between sessions, and I think the activity that he's had in those 13, 14 fights is going to set him up well for this tournament. He's completely made for it. So going through it again, it's going to be great. And I've obviously, I know that that there's a short turnover, so I've got to keep on top of him. But he's more than aware of that. He's also been in camp with George and seen, how quickly the turnaround is. So it's it's good.
Question for Cal. Can we have you back?
Love it here. We have an option on the venue. We'll be making an announcement in the next couple of weeks, and it's just a great place to put on boxing. Great place, and I think we were set up for 6,000 tonight. I think we've done almost all that, and I think we can go on from there. I think his team's done a great job already in bringing the events, and you see it through fighters' careers. I mean, every fight you see a bit more, and the following gets bigger. And I think that, the decision to come on the platform of the World Boxing Super Series was a bold one by his promotional team, by him, by his management, by trainers. But that's something that pays off, when you win, as asked Callum Smith and Usyk. So it's high probability.
That's what we like to hear.
All right, anyone else? All right, this concludes our press conference. Thanks to Shane, Josh, Kalle, Barry. Thanks for showing up.
I have to ask one last question. I have to ask one last question. Did you really ask Ryan Martin in the ring if you fancied a pint?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what.
That's a round of applause for that, just for that question.
It's always nice to be nice and get a good chat with him and send him back home. So it's always nice to be nice. So ask him for a few jars.
Very nice.
Good idea.
Thank you very much.